What's up everybody, Raider XP here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a super cool light up sorting system for your items in Minecraft Bedrock 1.21. Now I'm going to build this in two parts. I'm going to build the light up system and then I'll build the item sorting system on top of that after, just to try to keep it as simplistic as possible. Now these are the materials that you're going to need, and now this is enough to make 5 rows. But depending on how much room you have, you can, build it way bigger than this. Just take this list times how many ever rows you're going to build. And if you have the room, you can go even higher than just 3 rows of lighting. It's limitless to go, depending on, how much room you have. So go ahead, pause your video while you're gathering up your items, and while you're at it, please consider subscribing to my channel, leaving a like, and dropping a comment. Alright, let's get this thing going, shall we? So the first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to place our barrels. And you could use chests if you want to, but I'm just going to use barrels just for the easier convenience. So we're going to place 5 barrels in a row just like that. What we're going to do then is we're going to come around behind and we're going to grab our hoppers and we're going to crouch down and we're going to place a row of 3 hoppers behind each barrel, pointing into each individual barrel just like so. Now I use an add-on called directional hoppers, and as you can see there's an arrow there that tells me which way my hoppers are pointing at all times, and I never have to guess. Alright, and that's what that would look like so far. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to set a row of any block that you want to right on top of that. Grab your redstone lamp and we're going to place that right on top of that. Another row. We're going to do this 3 times. And again, you can make this taller if you have the room. It is literally limitless as far as the height goes. Okay. And that's what we're going to look like so far. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our block of choice and we're going to come down here and we're going to place our block right in front of our redstone lamp like so on all the rows. Then we're going to come down here into this middle row hoppers, crouch down, place a block and fill that all the way to the end. Grab your redstone comparators and we're going to place a redstone comparator on each one of those blocks just like that. Go ahead and grab your block of choice again, crouch down, place it right on top of that comparator, bring it down, another row of comparators, another block, another row of comparators, just like that. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our hopper and we're going to place a row of hoppers pointing straight down into that hopper there, so crouch down and place a row of hoppers going straight into those hoppers just like so. We're going to grab our barrel and we're going to crouch down and we're going to place our barrel right on top of that hopper all the way down just like that. Grab your hoppers again and we're going to point our hoppers into those barrels like so. Once again, crouch down, another row of barrels, hoppers into those barrels, barrels into those hoppers, hoppers into those barrels. Yes, it is very repetitive, but very simplistic, to be honest. Another row of barrels, another row of hoppers, and another row of barrels right here. And that's how our layout should look so far. Alright. Now what we're going to do, and that right there, that is our light up system. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start to make our sorting system. Okay, now we're going to make the actual sorting system. Now these are the materials that you're going to need for the sorting system, and again this is for 5 rows. How many ever rows you want to make, take that times this list here, and that's what you'll need to make bigger than 5. So pause your video again and grab your materials here. And again, I will remind you, please consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps me out, continue making all these tutorials for you guys. Alright, so let's get this going. So we're going to come back over to our system setup that we got going on here, and right on top of that last barrel that we placed, we're going to crouch down and we're going to place a hopper right on top of that on each one. Just like that. Then we're going to come over here, crouch down, and we're going to place 2 more hoppers in a line, just like this. So it should look like that when we're all done. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come here to this front hopper. We're going to crouch down and we want to place 3 hoppers pointing straight down on each row, like so. So it should look like that. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our block of choice and we're going to come down here to this bottom row of hoppers. Go ahead and place you a temporary block right next to it so you can put your permanent block right on top, just like that. And then go ahead and fill that line just like we did. Now we're going to grab our redstone repeaters and we're going to place 1 repeater on each one of those blocks, just like that, set to the factory tick of 1. Grab your block of choice again, and you're going to crouch down and we're going to place that block so it's right in front of that repeater, and then do that all the way down just like we did. Then we're going to grab our redstone torch, and right here on that block we're going to place our redstone torch right there, just like that. Alright, this thing is kicking, guys. We're going to place another row of blocks on top of that row, and then we're going to place another row of blocks right in the front like this, and then 1 more behind it, just like so. Now, come back here to where our repeaters are, crouch down, and we're going to place a block right in front of that repeater so that you won't see that repeater anymore. Grab your redstone dust, and we're just going to fill this all in with redstone dust, 3 rows wise, so it looks like that. Then we're going to come around here, and we're going to grab our comparator, and we're going to place the comparator pointing into our redstone dust, just like that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our hoppers, and we're going to stand over here and we're going to crouch down and we're going to point our hopper so that it's pointing right into the comparator, like so. And we're going to do that with all 5 of these. So it'll look like that. Alright. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our hopper line for where we're going to be feeding our hoppers into to supply everything here. So we're going to come back down here, and what we're going to do is right next to this one, if you want to place a decorative block, you can to separate it. I'm not going to for this one, so we're going to place our barrel there. We're going to grab our hopper, and we're going to place a hopper right in line with that, and then we're just going to run a row of hoppers straight up all the way to the top, and we're going to go 1 higher than those there. Then you're going to continue with your hoppers, and you're going to come to that hopper there that we did and crouch down, and we're going to place our hoppers in line. Now I'm just going to connect mine up with what I've got set up over here, and we'll get rid of that one so that that overflow no longer exists. And that's what it should look like, just like that. Alright, now what we're going to do here to set up our item sorter system is you need to grab yourself a block, something that's not really going to get used. I like using dirt for mine, and put it into the anvil here and just name it whatever you want to name it so that it individualizes itself. And then we're going to come up here and we're going to let's decide what we're going to do here. So let's go with we're going to go with some diamonds. Some iron. Gold. You get the gist. Copper. And we'll go with emeralds for our 5th one. Alright, now what we want to do here is come to the first one and open up that hopper. Grab your dirt or whatever block it is you're using to filler, and we're just going to place 1 block of dirt like so in each one of these 4 spaces. And that's what will make it individualize itself out so that we get each item to sort into each barrel without any confusion, like so. Then go ahead and grab whatever the material is that you want to go into that, and we're going to place our material into there. And when you need at least 41 of whatever material that is for it to start filtering itself down into, and you see there we've got it goes into 41, and we'll just do that with the rest of them here real quick because you guys get the idea. And then what we're going to do is we're pretty much set up, and as you can see now that's filtering its way all the way through here. Isn't that cool, guys? So what we're going to do here now is we're going to grab our item frames, and we're just going to place an item frame above that barrel so it's not in the way, so it's easy to get to your barrel. And then of course you're just going to grab whatever the material is that's in that barrel, and this way, you know, it's a simple label. You guys get the idea. Let's just do these last couple real quick. Guys, this thing is so cool. Everybody is going to want these in their game if they haven't got them already. Put them back, put them back. Isn't that awesome? And that is how we make a light up item sorter for Minecraft Bedrock 1.21. Now, as you'll see here, what I neglected to show you because I already set it up, when you set this up, you're going to go 1 past your setup with your hopper, and then place a chest or a barrel, whichever it is, and you'll just grab whatever material it is, you know, that you want to throw in there, and then that will start filtering its way down and sorting itself out. Now, if you don't have something set up, like you see I threw in some oak planks here, and we'll make this go quicker. That will do is that will sort itself, and it'll go all the way over to the overflow once it's done, and you can see that's going there, and look at there. This is your overflow. You can see it's like it was telling you what it's not set up to be is going into your overflow. And that is how we make a light up item sorter for Minecraft Bedrock 1.21. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out all my videos. Bye now.